one of my videos has gained a lot of views recently, and gained a lot of comments also. And there was a comment, a type of comments, something like, "Oh, thank you for showing us the brands that hadn't left Russia yet and that we are now will be avoiding in Europe and America." So for these people, I would like to go to a grocery store today again and to explain the thing with international brands which produce food in Russia, so that they knew what's going on here, and why they don't have to avoid certain brands.
Снимите нас!
Снимаю.
Здравствуйте! Слава России! Мама, я в телевизоре!
Классно. Молодцы. Oh yeah. So where's the entrance? And as you can hear, the church is still here. I have already filmed this store, so let's go. Okay. First of all, let's go to dairy section and I will explain some things about dairy in Russia. So, for example, let's start with Danone or Danon, I don't know what they call it. So, with the beginning of special military operation, they renounced their international brand names, like using them in Russia. So they don't use international brand names in Russia. They only use it in Russian. And of course, they had some brands only in Russian, like this, for example, which is called Простоквашино. It's their brand, and every Russian know about it. So they produce sour cream, yogurts. Also their brand is Activia. As you can see, it's also in Russian. And recently, I think this year, they announced that they will transfer the operating activity to some Russian company. So they will transfer the control of operating activity to a Russian company, and they will just leave the Russian market in this way. So I don't know what that means. The exact information has not been published yet. We'll see. About Danone, we will see. So here, for example, you can see they produce cottage cheese under this name, but this is also Danone. This belongs to Danone. Then we can see sour cream with this brand name, Простоквашино. And now let's talk about this name. And if you are watching me from Finland, you know that this is very similar, right? So this brand name is by Finnish company Valio, and this company left the Russian market. They sold their factory. I think they had only one factory in Russia, somewhere near St. Petersburg. So they sold that factory to a Russian company, whose name is Welcome or something like that. So that company is producing meat products, and now they bought this Valio factory and the brand name, as far as I can understand. So now if you see something named Valio or Viola in particular, it's not Valio anymore in Russia. It's only the brand name that was bought by a Russian company. So you can buy your Valio products in your country and not thinking that you are sponsoring the Russian Federation, you know. So many people in my last video about grocery stores were confused by these boxes with this name Oreo. So many people told that, oh, we should avoid this. The company which owns this brand is American company and is called Mondelez or Mondelez. I don't know how to pronounce it. So they stopped investing in the Russian projects, in the marketing on the territory of Russia, and in advertising on the territory of Russia. Yes, they have some factories in Russia, and they just continue in producing the products, the items, but they don't invest in their business in Russia anymore. This company owns factories both in Russia and in Ukraine, and they specified that they already lost $148 million out of this whole situation in their factories in Ukraine, because they had to stop production there, and some of their properties got damaged by the military action. So as you can see, Milka is also brand Milka also belongs to this company. That's why you see this on our Russian shelves. The same is with their product, which is Tuk. You can still see that in the Russian shelves according to the same very reason. The same goes with Alpengold. So this brand belongs to Mondelez and it's still produced in Russia. So if you got confused by M&M's, so you should know that the company which owns this brand, which is Mars, has 10 factories in Russia, and they produce different kinds of products. So the same goes with them too. They suspended the investments in Russian projects, in Russian factories, in advertising and marketing on the territory of Russia. But they continue producing items, and in 2023, in the beginning of the year, they said that they are looking for a buyer for their factory which produces sauces. So they had really different businesses. They produced chocolate, cat and dogs food, sauces, and I came here for chickpea flour, but it looks like they don't have it here. Oh, they don't have chickpea flour. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm trying to leave gluten free, you know, and that's why I need chickpea flour for my crepes instead of usual flour, but they don't have it here. And now let me explain about Nestle company. So they have 7 factories on the territory of Russia, and last year they stopped investing in developing those factories. They stopped selling several brand lines on the territory of Russia, so you will not find Kit Kat, Nesquik products on the shelves, and several more. They only decided to leave the food for babies. You know, it looks like the price has changed as well. You know, this is really, really expensive, I think. I don't have children, but for less than 2 pounds of baby food, like, I don't know, like mixture, like milk mixture, you will pay like almost $50. Okay, maybe not 50, but maybe 42 or something like that. Yeah. Here is also their product, not so expensive. I don't know why this is expensive and this is not, but yeah. Also, you will not find Nespresso capsules just because Nestle don't sell that anymore in Russia. By the way, Lavazza also announced they will leave the Russian market, but you can see Lavazza here. Maybe it's from the old stock, I don't know, but it's like now it's more than a year, you know, but you can still find Lavazza here, but I don't know. What you will also not see in the coffee section is Polig. Or Paulig, I don't know the pronunciation. So this is the brand, coffee brand from Finland. They had only one factory in Russia. That factory used to roast coffee, and that factory was sold last year, I suppose. The recipes and brands were not sold, so that's why you will not be able to see Paulig coffee on the Russian shelves now. Coffee company with the name Chibo also left the Russian market. They didn't have any factories on the territory of Russia. They used to have a contractor factory who was roasting coffee for them under the contract. So what they had an office in Russia which was organizing all the activity, and Chibo, as far as I know, they sold that Russian business branch to, I suppose, some Russian company. That's why you will not see also Chibo on the Russian shelves. Or maybe I'm a little bit blind, but I don't see any Chibo here. Do you see? I don't. I don't see Chibo. Yeah. So maybe here I will find buckwheat, like green buckwheat, not this brown, which was baked, but green. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, the price! Oh my God! And it's only a pound. Oh, okay. There is also a recipe to cook crepes out of this, so I will try. Let's find the beverage section and let's see the issue that concerns many consumers in Russia. What is with Coca-Cola? So, here it is. While I was speaking to you, I found this. Oh, and now I can see a lot of Coca-Colas which are not original. So let's try to find original Coca-Cola. So here it is. So this is the whole section with different types of Coca-Colas. So let's try to find the original. And here they have also the beverage section, but it's not Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is here. So okay, let's find the original. You know, when you watch videos about stores by different Russian YouTubers, you can think that, finding the original Coca-Cola is actually very easy in Russia now. So I don't see original Coca-Cola here yet. So maybe I will see it. No. So what I have to tell you about Coca-Cola in Russia. So Coca-Cola had I'm still looking for it. I don't look in the camera. I'm looking for original Coca-Cola. I'm trying to find it. So the original Coca-Cola have 10 factories in Russia. So this company, Coca-Cola, had 10 factories in Russia, and they also owned a company with the name Multon, which produces different kinds of juices in Russia, and used to bottle the original Coca-Cola drink for Russian consumers. So what is important here and what is interesting here is that now this company, Multon company, produces this Dobry Cola on their factories, not the original, but Dobry Cola, which is like the Russian brand now, and that's why people think that Coca-Cola hasn't left the Russian market. But I watched a lot of videos, people tasting this Coca-Cola, Dobry Cola, and they say that the taste is not the same. So this Dobry Cola tastes different than the original Coca-Cola. So I don't know. You know, I cannot tell you about the taste because I didn't drink. I didn't used to drink Coca-Cola that much. You know, I just drank it 2 or 3 times, and it felt like my teeth had a coating after this drink. So I didn't like that feeling, like your teeth, my teeth was just covered with something, which is not very pleasant. So I never liked it. So I don't see original Coca-Cola here, but instead you can see a lot of other Coca-Colas here, just a full section of different types of Coca-Cola, which I guess is not very same to original Coca-Cola. So here is the deal, the thing with Coca-Cola. One more brand is Fazer. So in Russia they had 4 factories, 3 in St. Petersburg and 1 in Moscow. And their main brand in Russia was called Khlebny Dom, like, I don't know, like bread house. So they also left the Russian market, but it was extremely hard for them, difficult to sell their factories, because first they have had to rename their company in Russia, because as far as I understand, they didn't sell the brand, this Fazer brand, and they didn't sell the recipes as far as I can understand, but I don't know for sure. So now we have this brand and the name of the company, and they make bread for people who live in St. Petersburg and Moscow. And now let's talk about Procter and Gamble, who produces this particular brand, Tide, the washing detergent. So last year they announced that they stopped investing in their business in Russia. As far as I know, they had 2 factories on the territory of Russia, and now they they operate in their nominal capacity. They are not producing more and more like before, you know. They only produce the nominal capacity of the items that they were supposed to produce. And also last year Procter and Gamble announced that they stopped delivering several brands to Russia, and they only left the deliveries, the shipments of the basic hygiene products. and as you can see, the detergent is one of them. So they only left several brands that they ship to Russia, and not more. Yeah, that's like that. And also we can talk about Henkel in Russia, and particularly this Persil brand. It's their brand. So as far as I know, lately they have announced that they sell their business in Russia. They sell all their 11 factories in Russia, and they leave the market. They're going to leave the market. So yeah, I used to like this particular detergent, yeah. So unfortunately, Henkel will leave the Russian market. Also, they have their brand, Losk. It's their brand. Then what more? So this Laska. So you can see it's written in Russian. So it's produced especially for Russia, and it will be produced again. It will be produced, but Henkel will not have anything to do with that anymore in some time, because they are selling their factories to some Russian owner. So yeah. As you can see, now we have everything in stock. And if you think that, oh, why do they do that? Why don't they leave Russia at once? Why don't they just say goodbye and that's it? If you think that selling your huge business in Russia now by Western companies is easy, it's not like that. It's a huge mistake to think. So just imagine you were investing like about 30 years, your money, your effort. You build factories, you employ people, you give jobs to people, and how can you leave at once? And by the way, in this deals like selling businesses, the Russian government dictates the rules, dictates the conditions. So as far as I understand, as far as I know, Western companies sell their businesses behind the market price, so they lose a lot of money. As far as I understand, I don't know for sure, but I think it works like that with the Russian government, because all the deals on selling the businesses must be approved by the Russian law entities, by the Russian tax office. So it's not so easy to sell your business in Russia right now. And by the way, don't you find it very clever by the Russian government to first let people from Western countries open their businesses in Russia, invest money for 30 years, because many of them opened their businesses and started to build their factories back in 90s, So they invested a lot of money, so they gave work to so many people. They were running their businesses, and now in many cases they have to sell those businesses pretty much under the market price. Isn't that clever? So you don't do anything, basically, as the Russian government. You don't do anything, you just get money, a lot of money in taxes, in in job places, and then you just take away that business and buy it for less money. Isn't that clever? Think about it. Yeah.